Hello, welcome to Steve Knows. Today we're checking out Mythic Realms, and what drew me to this game is that it's a fantasy RPG mixed reality title, and whenever I hear fantasy RPG my ears perk up. So I wanted to check this out, this idea of going on a journey in mixed reality to build a town, engage in combat, gather resources, have boss battles, and I actually ended up enjoying this title way more than I thought I was going to. So that is enough chin wagging. Let's get started.
Stepping in a world that's mixed reality. Sword in my hand, yeah, it's calling out to me. Build a town, fight a boss, cut a tree. Fantasy RPG, yeah, this game's got me free. Mythic Realms, I'm on a quest. Goblins, dragons, do my best. Mixed reality feels so real. Level up, can't fight the thrill. Mining ore, build a town, feel alive. Through my room, the magic starts to thrive. Grab a shield, break it down, critical strike. In my zone, gotta fight for my life. Mythic Realms, I'm on a quest. Goblins, dragons, do my best. Mixed reality feels so real. Level up, can't fight the thrill.
So I started off selecting the warrior class because I am projecting my insecurities, and I got a sword instead of a staff or a ranged bow if you select the other classes. This also highlighted that the game has a mix of realities. It has virtual reality where you're engulfed in this town's world, but then the quests you go on are in mixed reality, augmented reality, turning your room into a magical environment. This is the first time I've come across this kind of recipe of full VR to expand the features of a game, and then MR to give some interesting, novel prowess to the rest of the experience. So over at the quest board, there are contracts here that will give you additional rewards, such as money or resources, so be sure to check out this board to maximize the gains, bruh. So let's go on a quest and I'll explain why things are important, because the mixed reality journey that you go on kind of affects your VR town. You can see there are 4 worlds here that are distinctly different from each other for you to complete, and each of them ends in a boss battle. Before diving in though, you get a chance to select your main loadout, your left hand, your right hand, plus what axe you want for cutting down trees to gather wood, or a pickaxe for mining metal ore. You are then teleported to the mixed reality game, and in this mode, you have a journey of stages at the bottom of your screen for you to follow, with specific icons that let you know at this stage, you'll be able to get things like a new random weapon for the run, and you can dual wield them in combat. It even has double-handed weapons as well, which do some serious damage. You can see that you can buy resources at some point, like orbs or metals, even upgrade your weaponry, which I love, because to upgrade a sword, you have to hold it in the air like He-Man.
By the power of Grayskull.
That was a lovely hit of nostalgia. At each phase, there are also other things you can choose to do, like fish, which, what is a fantasy RPG without a fishing minigame? It is dead to me. That's what it is. So you have to flick the rod at the right time to get the highest rating possible to get a higher reward of fish that you can then take back to your village. You then use this fish to feed the village and grow its morale and population. It filled me with joy seeing my people smiling. You will notice that the ghosts in the town, these are actually townsfolk, and then more of them will start appearing as your town grows and the morale builds. So that's the incentive for having fish while you're on your quest. You don't want to upset your people. I know I'm British and that's what we like to do, but not me. Not Steve. You can also choose to cut down trees. This will give you wood, and there are different types of wood that you want to collect, but you have to be a little careful because sometimes the tree will actually come alive and try to attack you. And I've heard of angry wood, but it didn't mean this. This wood is then taken back to the village and used to build things like bridges to expand the town, or create blacksmiths where you can actually upgrade your weapons, which is also interestingly accompanied by a lovely little mini game of hammering your own item out of the metal ore, which just kind of adds to the RPG and the immersion. There are more things you can do, but I'll explain more about that in a bit, because after playing this inside my tiny British home, I thought, nope, that is enough. I need some more space to enjoy this title. I need to play it the way that it was intended, because I was having a blast.
So I was having so much fun before playing that I had to get out of my tiny British room. So I am on my way now to a leisure centre where I rented out a hall where I could play this properly and run around.
This is the room. Plenty of space for some mixed reality. I'll stick a window here, a door there, and luckily there's some ventilation because I am gonna get hot. Let's get into some mythic realms. Now I have some space to run around. You can mine ore also, which is why you use the pickaxe, and this ore can be melted down and used to make or upgrade weapons as an incentive to mine this during these quest phases. This rock also comes alive, so be careful. I've heard of angry rock before, but I don't know. No, I'm just making that up now. Whilst playing, I noticed as well that it looked like the wall was kind of peeling away, and when I interacted with this, an orb actually appeared, and this gives you some sort of perk. You can take this orb back to your hometown and upgrade its abilities at this shrine. But this costs money as well, so you have to earn dollar bills and collect coins whilst you're out and about on this quest. There are other things also, there's so much to do. There's also a fireplace. You can select this and this will replenish a good chunk of your health when you need it most. Because if you're at the start of your quest and you've basically died, it doesn't bode well for you. Heal up. There's even more nuance in this game when you start engaging in combat, which now I can enjoy properly now I'm in a larger space. I felt like Link on a mission, but now seeing it back, I don't look as good as I felt looking back at this. Though that's freaking creepy, dude. One of these things through the edges of the room because it's a shadow dweller. So when you fight certain creatures like the skeletons or the goblins, some of them will actually use a shield, and when this shield pops up, you'll see critical hit markers to hit, and if you hit all of these, it will break the shield, leaving them open to attack. Critical hit markers are vital for doing big damage and surviving. Some enemies will move and jump at you, some will fire money at you, which you need to parry and you can then collect it. Some you'll need to just evade and run away, but my favourite ones were the shadow creatures. They moved around in a 2D plane across the floor, across the walls, but when they came out to attack you, they were in the 3D space. It was a really interesting idea. They are my favourite enemy. Once you've upgraded your weapons as well in the combat, which I recommend doing for sure, because what it'll do is give you a slight ranged ability. It has this energy wave that when you slice will fire out, giving you a slight advantage of attacking enemies when they're a bit too far away. And once all these phases end, it will end on a much loved boss fight, which surprised me again. These were so cool in mixed reality. Seeing the dragon, I just thought, wow, this is so cool. It was lurking over my room, seeing it fly above me. But then I got to the next phase, and that became my favorite boss as well. This was like a rock creature. And what it did was it would set booby traps, and I had to run around the room to put out the booby traps before it would reveal itself and allow me to attack it properly. And then I could do some serious damage. I was running around for like half an hour and I was sweating buckets. This game, if you've got space, is one of the funnest mixed reality titles I've played. Whimsical and fun. So enjoy some of the gameplay highlights here, and if you have some room and you like RPGs and the novelty of mixed reality, this game will keep you occupied and keep you fit. And I hadn't felt this enthusiastic about an MR title since Splattered, which isn't as thrilling or active, or Bomber Drone I loved as well, but that was a sit down and play. So I would put this game in my top mixed reality titles list so far, because I just enjoyed this mix between VR and MR, as well as the RPG elements that it had to offer. I really hope you get some enjoyment out of it just like I did. Hit subscribe, and hopefully I will see you next time. Have a great week. Happy gaming. Good day.